Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. Thanks for stopping by. Soy la profesora Lorraine. Bienvenidos a la Escuelita de Español. Welcome. Definite and indefinite articles. What are they? When are they used? That's what we'll learn today, so let's dive right in. First, we'll look at the definite articles in Spanish. As you know, definite articles are used to introduce specific nouns. However, in English, there is only one definite article, and that is the powerful de, T-H-E. This article is used whether we're referring to one specific thing or 100 specific things. Whether it's male or female, we use the. For example, the book. If we're referring to more than one, we say the books. The boy. If we're referring to more than one boys, we say the boys. Similarly, if we say the girl and we're referring to more than one, we say the girls. So as you can see, the definite article in English does not change. In Spanish, there are 4 definite articles. They are the words el, la, los, and las. And they are all equivalent to the English word de. Let's take a look at the artículos definidos en español, that is, definite articles in Spanish. As you can see from the image on screen, there is a specific definite article in Spanish for when you are referring to singular masculine nouns, which is el, singular feminine nouns, which is la, plural masculine nouns, which is los, and plural feminine nouns, which is las. So you might be wondering, how do I know if it's a masculine or feminine noun? Well, to know if a noun is masculine or feminine, you should look to see what letter or letters the word ends with. Usually, nouns ending with a, or sion, or ia, or dad are usually considered feminine. Ejemplos, which means examples. Let's look at a few words. Cama, cama, which means bed. As you could see, this word ends with a, which is a in English. A. So we use la cama, la cama. Canción, canción, which means song. So if we were to add a definite article to that word, canción, to say the song, because it ends in ion, sion, we say la canción, la canción. Similarly, if it ends in ia or pronounced ia, we use the definite article la Biblia, which means the Bible. Verdad, verdad, which means truth. As you could see, the word verdad ends in dad, dad. So we use the definite article la. To say the truth, we say la verdad. Nouns ending in or, o, or aje are usually masculine. Those nouns that have an accented vowel are also masculine. Let's look at some ejemplos, examples. Color, color. As you could see, this word ends in or, color. So to say the color in Spanish, we use the definite article el to say el color, el color. ojo, ojo, which means eye. If we were to say the eye, because the word ojo ends in O, we should use the definite article el. So we say el ojo, the eye. Courage. In Spanish, we say coraje, coraje. So as you could see, the word coraje ends in A-J-E. So to say the courage, we say el coraje. Árbol, árbol, which means tree. Now, this word is a word that have an accented vowel. As you could see, the accented vowel is A. A. We say árbol. That is why we use the definite article el to say the tree. El árbol. El árbol. Plástico. Plástico. This is an example of another accented vowel word. Plástico means plastic. So if we were to say the plastic, we should say el plástico. El plástico. These rules can help you most of the time to determine if nouns are masculine or feminine. But sometimes you'll encounter words that just break those rules. Like mapa, for example, which means map. We don't say la mapa, we say el mapa or moto. Although it ends with an O, we don't use the article el to say el moto. We say la moto. So it's a thing where you have to keep practicing and practicing so that it comes naturally. With your new knowledge, please take your time and complete the following activity using el, la, los, or las. I've completed the first one for you. So we have the word zapato, zapato. Because this noun ends with an O, we use the definite article el, because it's one also. So we say el zapato, el zapato. Let's continue with the answer for number 2. So we have the word maletas, maletas. In this case, we use las maletas, which means the suitcases. Let's look at number 3. Escuela, escuela, which means school. As you could see, we are referring to one school. So we should use the single definite article for feminine nouns because escuela ends in a, escuela. So we say la escuela, la escuela. Número 4, number 4. Niños, niños. The correct definite article should be los niños, los niños, the kids. Número 5. El carro, el carro. And finally, número 6. Ballenas, ballenas, which means whales. So as you could see, it's plural and it ends in AS. So we could see it's a plural feminine noun. So we should say las ballenas, las ballenas. Excelente. How many did you get correct? Now let's take a look at the indefinite articles, artículos indefinidos in Spanish. Pretty much like English, the indefinite articles are used to refer to non-specific item, and it also follows the gender number rule in Spanish. There are 4 forms for the indefinite article in Spanish. Un and una, which are the equivalent to the English words a and an. Unos and unas, which are the equivalent to the word some in English. Let's take a closer look at each one of them. Un is used always for singular masculine words. For example, un vaso, which means a glass. Or un libro, which means a book. As you could see, in both cases, we are referring to a singular masculine word. We know it's a masculine word because it ends in O. Now, let's take a look at una. Una is always used for singular feminine words. For example, una casa, which means a house. Una niña, which means a girl. And just as the previous example, we know that these are singular feminine words because they end in a. Unos. Unos is always used for plural masculine words. For example, unos tragos, some drinks. As you can see, we are not being specific. We are saying some, and plural of drink is drinks. So unos tragos means some drinks. Unos libros, unos libros, which means some books. Let's take a look at unas. Unas. Unas is always used for plural feminine words. For example, unas casas, some houses. Remember the example, una casa, which means a house? That was a singular feminine word. In this instance, we are saying some houses, so it's plural. And because the word casas ends in es, we know it's a plural word. Plural feminine word. So we say unas casas. Unas niñas. If we were to say una niña, we're referring to one girl. That is singular feminine. In this case, we are saying unas niñas. That means it's more than one. So it's some girls. Now, let's complete the sentences using the indefinite articles un, una, uno, y unas. Número 1 says, quiero galleta. In English, the sentence should be, I want a biscuit. Because the noun in front of the article is galleta and it ends with an A, we know it's a singular feminine noun. So the indefinite article to use should be una. Quiero una galleta. Número 2. Quiero leer libro. The English sentence should be, I want to read a book. We could see the word libro ends in O. So it's a singular masculine noun. Therefore, the indefinite article to be used here should be un. Your sentence should read, quiero leer un libro. Número 3. Necesito lápices. In English, the sentence is, I need some pencils. Because the noun in the Spanish sentence is lápices, we could see it ends with es, which makes it a plural masculine noun. Therefore, we say, necesito unos lápices. Número 4. Mamá me compró faldas. Mamá me compró faldas, which means Mom bought me some skirts. The noun in Spanish is faldas, and as we could see, it ends in es, which makes it a plural feminine noun. Therefore, we use the indefinite article unas. So we should say, mamá me compró unas faldas. Número 5. Mía es chica muy linda. In English, your sentence should read, Mía es chica muy linda. In English, the sentence is, Mía is a very pretty girl. As we could see, chica is a singular feminine noun. Therefore, the indefinite article to be used should be una. So your final sentence should read, Mía es una chica muy linda. Muy bien hecho, chicos. Well done. So to recap, remember, Spanish definite articles, artículos definidos, are el, la, los, and las. And these are all equivalent to the word de in English. Also, there are 4 indefinite articles in Spanish, artículos indefinidos. These are un, una, which means a or an in English, and unos, unas, which mean some in English. Well, I must take my leave now, but please remember to keep practicing what you learn every week on La Escuelita de Español. Something that could help you is to get everyone you know involved so you'll have more people to practice with. Until we meet again, soy la profesora Lorraine saying, nos vemos pronto.